Hey YouTube, I'm going to be talking about the different aspects of Call of Duty Cold War. The alpha that I just played on the PS4 was pretty good. I have some really good love for the game, but I know a lot of people have a lot of issues with it, so I'll do a little bit of what the aspect of what we can look for in Call of Duty at the beginning as far as the Cold War coming up, and then I'll go into a little bit of a rant later on in the video if you want to talk about any of the frustration that people are having. Anyway, let's get in to all that content. First off, YouTube, I really appreciate you clicking on the video. If you would, leave a like, hit the sub button for me. I'd really be appreciated. Trying to get to 1,000 subs here, hopefully pretty soon. But anyway, let's talk about Call of Duty Cold War and why I think it's going to be a really good game. First off, when you're playing the game, I feel like there's a decent work on graphics. I understand that there's a year that was detrimented toward the development cycle, and so I can't fault the developers for that. I can default the producer for that. As far as Activision having to move up the line because Sledgehammer Games didn't work out with working with Raven, apparently. Anyway, long story short, I feel like the game is going to be pretty good, especially for the time that was allotted to the developers. And I understand that a lot of people would probably be like, no, finish your game and make sure it's complete before you release it. But at the same time, I'm in a certain boat where I lost my Call of Duty Modern Warfare Activision account or whatever that had all my Modern Warfare stuff on it. And so I'm ready for a new game because I want to play a new game. But anyway, that aside, looking at this game, I like the way the guns feel as far as when the gunplay when you're playing with them. I enjoy what the graphics look like. They're not too far back. There are some things that do have a little bit of an issue with them, but the beta that I played the alpha that I played was super fun. I really enjoyed a couple of different games, and the maps, they had a very interesting layout. There was a feel of openness for a lot of parts, but then when you played, there were like 2 or 3 spots that you actually needed to watch out for. So I thought it was very well developed, and I thought it was very good, especially the different maps that you played. So there were 5 maps that we were given. The 3 maps in multiplayer were Miami, Satellite, and Moscow, all of which I thought had really good tendencies. We can go into different spots on the map and different strategies and that sort of stuff in other videos later when the game actually comes out and all that sort of stuff. But for right now, I feel like those 3 maps were really well developed, gave a sense of having an opportunity to be able to play as a sniper, play as a submachine running gunner, or an assault rifle that had a more tactical approach to it. And I thought they did a really good job of being able to incorporate each one of those scenarios very well. I will say in this one, as per usual with Black Ops, the quick scoping seems to be a available option. The ADS time on all of this is very quick. When you click L2 or whatever, if you right click to try and aim, that thing snaps. That thing gets in there real fast. So I think it's a really good switch from what we've had to do with Modern Warfare, where we had to throw on certain attachments to make sure that our ADS time was faster than the other people that we were fighting against. But anyway, one of the biggest things that I think is such a benefit for this, or a change that is going to be well received, which I found myself trying to do a lot just due to the fact that I have been conditioned with Modern Warfare to do it, but it's the mounting system. So the mounting system seemed to have been brought over from a Battlefield game in the fact that you would be able to set up a LMG on some sort of barricade in front of you and then mow down enemies with a reduced recoil and better stabilization for your gun. With that being gone and not being required for camos and not being there really helps the flow of multiplayer all in of itself, just because people can't be camped up waiting for you to run around a corner, which made the game much more enjoyable. I don't know if it's me being a year removed from Blackout 4 or Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Yikes, that whole scenario. Too many B's in all those words. Anyway, moving on from that, the entire year's worth of Modern Warfare just felt like a camp fest. Everybody worried about their KD and wanting to sit in corners and make sure that I'm, laying prone or whatever. And it moved really slow because nobody wanted to go around the corner because they might get shot from some sort of camper. This felt like there was a good move The characters seemed to stand out to me as far as the background didn't seem to have anything moving or, juxtaposing, and everybody stood out to me. It felt like that I was running around and actually playing multiplayer, instead of me having to try and decipher whether someone's actually there or not, and trying to understand, where the 20 different spots that someone could actually come and shoot me from. It felt like, even though that feeling of an open map was there, you only had 2 or 3 spots that you actually had to look for when running into an open area. So it felt really good. Map design, I felt really, really good about. They gave you a lot of different pieces of cover that you can hide behind. Time to kill felt really good, as far as we were only given core as an actual gameplay mechanic or a gameplay option, and core felt like time to kill was really, really good. You shot, and then by the time that you figured a enemy would die, they actually did die. So it felt really good timed, for me personally. I know with Black Ops 4, it felt like forever in core. Like you had to dump half your clip or whatever, and so if you ever had 2 or 3 enemies that you ran across, you couldn't kill them all if you were good enough to actually aim at each one of them. With this, I could kill 2 or 3 enemies with the clip, and it felt really, really good. It felt like the old days when I could actually play the game pretty decently. Anyway, and then with Modern Warfare, like I said, camper galore. We were moved past that, which felt really good. So I personally like the game. I like the way it feels. I like the maps that they showed. And everything for multiplayer felt really good. Now, the other swing side of this, I've been talking about multiplayer this entire time. The other swing side was Combined Arms, just still multiplayer, but it's the quote-unquote ground war scenario for Cold War. And this introduced tanks, this introduced snowmobiles, and boats and that sort of stuff, which I'm hoping that they have a pretty good, decent number of maps for. But with this, I felt like it just felt like it played smoother and played better. And I guess most of it was I wasn't really caring about any of my stats because it was the alpha or whatever, but I felt like it was really, really, really decent as far as the entire, like, I really love the boat layout map and the other one with the snow map. They felt like they were really, really good. And I don't have the names in front of me, but I'm just kind of ranting and raving here. But anyway, I felt like there was decent, a decent feel for each one of the maps, and I felt like it was pretty good. I did seem like Combined Arms was a sniper fest as far as just everybody was running snipers, but I enjoyed running through the snipers and trying to get quick scopes or trying to get decent kills with each one of the snipers. Felt really actually pretty good, so I enjoyed my time with it. If I had to snipe all the time, it would suck, but I just flipped in between both modes and had a joyous time of it. Anyway, moving forward from all of that, I'm going to start talking about the insane part that everybody starts, getting really riled up about. And I can understand where the frustration comes from, but at the same time, I feel like it's probably a proper move for the game company to actually make, and that's SBMM. I understand that a lot of people hate skill-based matchmaking and think it's stupid and all that sort of stuff, and that pubs should be pubs, and that there should be a CDL that if you want to be sweat, you can go be sweat over there, but I can pub stomp if I want to pub stomp. And I just feel like that gives like a really, so what I've seen with the last 2 or 3 COD games, which is pretty much, always been this way in and of itself. COD is just a rage producer. Everybody gets so stinking mad at the game. Like, they feel like they have to be the best at it all the time, and there's not really a fun moment that you can have within the game. Not as toxic as other games as far as, since the mics aren't open mic all the time, or you can, do party audio and get out of game audio or turn off game audio. It's not like a Modern Warfare 2 lobby or whatever. Modern Warfare 2 had a lot of toxicity in it. I was just thinking about Siege. Siege is so toxic. But anyway, long story short, SBMM, I feel like, is a really good decision from the game company. You're giving people who don't play the game very often an opportunity to be able to go in and have some fun with people that are roughly their caliber, but don't feel like they're getting absolutely stomped on. And on the flip side, people who are doing really good have a challenge set in front of them. Oh, but we don't want challenges. Okay, then go play in bot lobbies. Go play a private match with bot lobbies and reverse boost your ass off. I don't really care. All I'm saying as a game company, I feel like they're doing a really good job of being able to keep both their very casual players and their very prolific players in the same game all the way around. Prolific players should be teamed, or should be matched up against prolific players. You should not be throwing someone who's a complete noob who can barely aim, going up against some guy who's doing 360 no scopes. That's just not fair. And I don't think that's fair for both the 360 no scoper and the person who isn't able to aim at all. I think all the way around, you're doing a disservice for the player who 360 no scopes, because they're actually getting bored with it because they're just putting 360 no scopes everywhere. And then on the flip side, you're making the other person very angry, because it's like, why in the earth am I playing against this guy who's basically feels like he's hacking because he never misses a shot? So as a game developer, I feel like it's a very smart move to be able to keep both sides of the community in and involved with the game. I can just understand that there's a lot of content creators out there who want to have their montage of, oh, I have to sweat so hard to get my montage to be able to be, any good at the game. It's like, okay, go reverse boost. Go reverse boost and be able to get there. Now, if you don't know what reverse boosting is, you go into a private match, you set everything to the easiest level or whatever, and then you go quote unquote look like you're cracked, because those guys aren't actually attacking you, right? So if you went up against a bunch of bots that were all recruit level, yeah, everybody can run around and beam a 5 streak or a 6 streak or whatever, or get a nuke. With reverse boosting, where it quote unquote looks like you're playing the game, but you're really not playing the game. So, go get your content from there. Obviously, it'd have to be recorded outside of anybody actually being able to see you set up the game. But, this is where we're at. Anyway, there's my little rant on SBMM. If you don't like it, that's fine, but that's just what I think. I think that it's a smart move from the studio, and I understand people don't want to sweat all the time while they're playing, but at the same time, I think it's a smart move. So take it or leave it. Anyway, moving back into Cold War, I feel like Cold War is going to be phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. Now, I don't know how much they're going to change from the alpha, but I have enjoyed it a ton this weekend, and that's more or less because I'm just tired of the Modern Warfare and the Warzone thing. The whole Warzone, buy your loadout and be able to make your own loadout, has really got me in a rage. But anyway, that's getting off topic. I'm going to end the video here. There's my rant on SBMM and why I think Cold War is actually going to be a really great game. Might be an unpopular opinion. Tell me down in the comments down below. Really appreciate it. Hit a like if you enjoyed this video. Hit the sub button. We'll do some more Call of Duty stuff as it comes out. Do all sorts of different commentaries on all sorts of different topics. Would love for you to come check out the Twitch channel if you want to see me play live or come be part of the community. Since sports are going on right now in this particular week, I'm watching a lot of sports. And then once that kind of slows down, I'll get back to having a lot more gameplay. But anyway, enjoy your freaking day. Love your beautiful names in the chat. I will catch you guys in the next video. I'm out. Deuces.